You ready?
Yeah.
Remember what I looked like when I left the house?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
You remember what I look like every day?
Yeah.
Can you show me?
You look pretty.
Are you serious?
Do you like it?
Can I see?
I look like
I can't see anything there though, cause your jacket is you know.
It looks the same.
That's it. Yeah.
Huh?
It does, doesn't it? I haven't even told her about the Groupon. Hang on. So I need to make sure my video's here. Guys, I'm on the phone.
Oh, sorry.
So when I went in, I'm videoing this now because, yeah, like I said, when I went in, I already asked, I didn't tell her that I had a Groupon, but they were like unexpected almost that I was there, even though that I was on time and I called them and I was a last minute booking, fair enough, but still. And then the lady that I'm with was finishing off another woman, which is fair enough. She was like some below hairdryer thing, curler. But I was literally sat there for like another 10 minutes. I thought, I'm not going to say anything because, you know, I am a last minute book and maybe she didn't realise she was going to be over time.
I just got a haircut. Yeah, but
And then-
I got my shoes down.
And then when I sat down and I told her about the issue that I had with the lady in, I'm not going to be specific because I'm going to upload this, but you know the last place I went to get my hair cut, and I said to you that she did it wrong because she was cutting it the wrong style. So I said to her, I said, oh, I showed her the picture that I had, so it's a clear picture, it's really easy as well, which is similar to what I always get, but because I've managed to grow my hair a bit more, it's a bit more nicer. And then she was like looking at me like, okay, but your hair's a bit like this and like that. I was like, okay. And I told her that, yeah, it looks uneven. She could tell it was uneven. So she said, we need to correct it if anything. But I thought, from all my experiences and watching Brad Mondo, you don't actually have to correct something. You just do the style around the issue. Unless it's hella short, then obviously you can't do it. So I said, okay. And she looked like, she sounded like she was really adamant that she didn't want me to do it the way I wanted it to. And I already asked permission to video, and she straight up said no. So I was thinking, well, why do you not want me to video? You're not proud of what your job is? Are you not proud of what you can create? Your hairstyling and your cutting? Are you not proud of being working here? So that was like a red flag for me, because I was like, why do you not want to show off how good you are? Because when I went to the one near Green Hill, they were all for it. They didn't care at all. Yeah, that's fine. I'll even upload it. Yeah, it's good, no problem. I even tagged them on it. So I was like, okay, so why are you not so happy to record this? So I just ignored it, because obviously not all people want to be recorded. And she was cutting it, and she was saying that it was like disconnected at parts, which means it looks a bit odd. So I said, yeah, I know that. That's why I've come to sort it out. So she was obviously not doing the style that I wanted to. So I sat there thinking, okay, let me just see what's going to happen. As long as she puts some layers in and makes it look obvious, I don't mind. Because I just want to look different, obviously. That's why you get a bloody haircut. And I know that my ends are really bad, so they needed cutting off anyway. And she keeps on having a conversation about, you know, she's not a nasty lady, don't get me wrong, she's not nasty. We had a little bit of a conversation, not too much, but a little bit. She was telling me about other people she's, you know, corrected with their hairs who've done it abroad, blah, 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 blah. And then when she like finished, I was like looking in the mirror thinking, you've finished, what have you done? Because it looked the same, and I was like, okay, what, can I not have some more layers? And she said, oh, if I cut some more layers off, it's going to look really chunky at the back, it's not going to look like it's flowing nice, it's, you know, hairdresser reasons, I'm guessing. I'm not a professional, so I'm in between, emotionally in between, like accepting her advice as a professional and also thinking I've come here for a specific cut, and I'm like leaving looking like I just came in. So I thought, okay, I thought, no, I'm going to get my way a little bit. I said, no, can I have some more layers, please? Because I want to have it obvious. It's New Year's Eve and I want to look, you know, different a little bit. You know, if I do it, you're going to have to cut a lot more off, and you wanted to keep the length. I said, yeah. I said, I wanted to keep the length if I can, but if I can't, because of obviously correcting the issue from before and the style that I want, I'm willing to go compromise and not hack it all off, but get a little bit. It's not short. So she was like, I actually watched her. She started cutting, and she said, oh, how much do you want off? So I said, maybe like that much. So my middle finger, there to there, right? These 2 bits worth. Okay, maybe you call that an inch, I don't know, I don't do maths. So I was looking at her watch doing it, and I got so confused. I'm not a hairdresser. she's taking the clump and then doing a point cut, which is basically hacking off in between the bits to make it layered. But I was like, but that's not what I wanted again. She's doing minuscule. And then suddenly, she started grabbing bits of hair and chucking it off. So not point cutting anymore, but actually cutting. I was like, what is... Okay. Because I was sat there thinking, again, I'm not a professional, but I have been at a few hairdressers and I have seen the same unique, you know, the way they cut is the same in the majority, whereas this woman looks like she's already had enough of me.
Yeah.
I actually felt like I was a burden. And I said, oh my God, she's going to hack my hair off because she's thinking, oh, when she wants it off, she might as well get it off.
Then
So I
you
said,
say,
oh.
well, that's what you want.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. So when she finished, I noticed that one side was actually uneven.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you actually tell her?
I didn't. I was scared of her. I was like, and then she put my pardoning at the side. I was like, I don't want, you know, I said to her, I don't actually put it there. I put it in the middle, but sometimes when I've had my hair up, it falls naturally there. So she put it slightly to the side, and I was like, did you not listen to what I just said? In my head, I'm thinking, I actually said to her that the previous person I went to, I didn't want to question them because obviously you're a hairdresser, you should know your job. I was kind of hinting at her, like, you should know your job. So when she finished, I was like, she looked in the mirror, I was like, okay. I had this thing where I thought, okay, it's fight or flight now. It's either I stay here and get more hacked off or I just leave and pretend that I'm happy. So I said, oh, I'm just
Did you
going to
pretend that you're happy?
Yes. I was like, oh yeah, that's it. She wasn't, don't get me wrong, she wasn't a nasty person, but it's like,
She looks fed up.
yeah. And like, she didn't really want to be doing my hair at 11:15 today. Well, obviously, actually it was 11:30, 15 minutes later.
Why was there somebody there?
She was still doing
Or-
someone's hair, and then there was having some issue with the payment or whatever. But I just kept quiet. But I thought, I'm just going to give them the benefit of the doubt because when you walk in, they all seem quite happy with each other. They all seem quite friendly. But then I realised, like, obviously you get to know your customers, don't you? So it's the same customers that they're with. It's not like a random person like me walking in. And then when I said, I've got a payment voucher, she was like, okay, you got a voucher. I was like, yeah, is that okay? I said, yeah. I thought, oh, it's because you've got no choice in this situation, isn't it? I thought, oh my God.
Yeah, because you have to present it the moment you went in. It's not like you book it.
She
and
didn't
then
give
you
me
tell
chance to.
You know, it's not like you book it. According to Groupon, it's not like you book it and then you tell them. It's actually when you walk in, that's when you present it.
I didn't have chance to though. They just took who I was and told me to take a seat and wait. And then when I was asking her if I can video, it was like, because obviously she's still with a client, so I didn't want to seem too cheeky. She's like, no, we can't video, and I'm just with a client. I was like, okay, I'll sit down.
So they haven't really asked. You haven't really presented it.
I haven't had the chance. So when I sat down, I was thinking to myself, okay, well, you want to be... And then when I looked in the mirror, I was like, you've cut it a bit shorter, but I felt like crying, because like all the length that I've grown, I feel like, I know it's not a lot, but... Hi guys, so I'm just finishing this video in a tiny way. I just wanted to sum up the situation, because I know... Hang on. Because I really don't want to sound like I'm being nasty to this woman. But I don't know, for me, when you go to a salon, correct me if I'm wrong, but, you know, especially if it's something that you're not new with, I've really understood now, or come to the realisation that a lot of people go to the same salon all the time. And I did before, through my teens, going into my young adult years. I actually went to the same salon. I used to travel across town, basically, because I was on the other side of town from where I lived. I used to really travel all the way across town to this one salon because I really loved how they did my hair. They knew me, you had that rapport, and it was just really nice. But unfortunately, they are closed, and I didn't realise that until this year. So I had to find somewhere else where I could be the same, you know, in my comfort shoes, basically. So it's been really hard because, again, I don't know if you understand this, but when you have that connection with your hairdresser, they know what you like, they know your hairstyle, they know your hair, I guess, if that makes sense. And you're never afraid to speak up. I know sometimes they'll say, even if you go to new hairdressers, you should speak up if you're not happy with the quality or the cut or whatever, the service. But for me, I'm one of these people where I'm actually worried that I might offend this person because they might be thinking, what does she know? She's not a hairdresser. She didn't go to school. She didn't learn this stuff. She didn't learn a technique. She just sat there getting her haircut. Which, again, sometimes they might be thinking that. But I also think that I don't want to offend them and then, like, a bit of a silly scenario, like they mess up my hair just for the hell of it, which I'm assuming they would never do that anyway because it's bad for their company. But yeah, it's just, when I literally, like I said when I was talking to my husband, when I went in, I felt a bit out of place because even though it looked really nice inside, I did do a quick video which I'll obviously show you, but I don't know, it just felt like I was a proper outsider even though I obviously was. It felt, I don't know, it's just really weird. It just didn't feel right. It didn't feel like it was somewhere that I could be there all the time, if that makes any sense. It's just not a comfort zone for me. But obviously I've been wanting to try places. I've been to another place before that is much closer to my house, but again, when they had the haircut, I just felt like it was more their vision or their way of seeing the haircut that I always show them a picture so they know what I'm looking at, because obviously both parties can't complain if you've seen a picture and you've tried to copy it. Again, I'm not blasting any hairdressers, but you should be professional enough or skilled enough to do a simple haircut or pass it on to someone who can, or make it well known. Oh no, I can't do that for you. You know, be honest, I don't mind as long as you tell me. At least we're not disappointing each other. But I don't know, I knew that my hair needed correcting a bit anyway because of my last experience. Was it my last experience or the week before that? Yeah, it was the last experience when I got it done abroad. Again, this is not blasting the previous place I went to abroad either. There was mistakes on both parts. Like, I think I expected too much, or they just didn't realise what I wanted. The pictures were mixed up, I'll put the video down below so you understand what I'm saying. It was just a miscommunication, so I really don't blame them, but I've not had it corrected since, and I've been trying so hard to grow my hair out. So when she was really cutting it, I was just a bit like, I was crying inside a bit because I was like, oh my God, is it really that bad that needs like cutting off really badly? Like, I'm not a professional hairdresser, so if there's anybody out there who is a professional, please like comment down below if I'm wrong. But the picture that I showed her, which is this one, the length of my hair, I think it was okay. It obviously wasn't a match exactly because, you know, obviously these photos, they can be edited as well. I'm fully aware of that. But it's like, I only needed to have the ends off, which is what she did, in fairness. But the style, she really like seemed, I wish I could have videoed this. She just seemed like she was either avoidant of doing it or didn't want to do it. Obviously she looked at my hair and the situation it was in, but I was just like, I don't know. For me, if I give you a picture, just do it for me. At the end of the day, it's me that's going to be miserable if I get it wrong. I literally said to her, before she started really taking it off, I literally said to her, this is what I want. I am not going to blame you if it looks bad because I'm asking you to do it. And, you know, if you're just following my directions, then who can be angry? It's just myself, you know. I don't know. I know, again, not everybody can like, not everybody's comfortable being videoed. I get that, but I just thought, I really didn't realise why she didn't want to be videoed. I wasn't going to video exactly like in your face or anything like that, but I don't know. And then when I was paying like a coupon for my husband for a Christmas present, basically, I think she felt a bit annoyed. I don't know exactly. I didn't really look at her face. I felt so embarrassed, to be honest, because of the experience that I was having. I paid it anyway. And for the treatment that I got, it was pretty much the same worthy price, to be honest. I didn't get any wash and dry. I didn't ask for it either. I was happy with what I was getting, which was a dry cut, which I normally do anyway. I haven't got time for sitting down, washing my hair and all that lot. It's just not me. So I got the dry cut and I wanted layers. But I don't know. I mean, she's cut the crap off, which I wanted, but I understand now why girls who have long hair, who get it cut a bit when they've been working hard to grow it out, I understand why they say, you know, they feel upset because it's like half the hair's being cut off. Because when you've been really growing it out for a long time, that's how it feels. And I've been really growing it since like August. And I know it might not seem like a long time, but for me it was, because it was growing really nicely. It just needed fixing. But even my parting, it's supposed to be in the middle. And she said to me, where's your parting? I said, well, it's supposed to be here, but it naturally falls that way for whatever reason, but I can correct it. But then she's straight, you know, she really did. I don't know, maybe it's my fault for not saying anything. Maybe. again, she wasn't a nasty woman, but I just felt like, even though she gave advice as a professional, which she should do, I give it, you know, I'm not taking that away from her. I just felt like what I wanted is just not what I got. And I just felt like I'd been sat in that chair for about 15 minutes. It just wasn't worth it. I know it sounds nasty, but I just feel like I've come out with the same look. Yeah, it's trimmed down, but it's just not. I asked for like defined layers, but she just kept saying like it's because it's corrected and it needs to, you know, because my head was like the same colour and stuff, it's not obvious. But I was like, well, I've had that done before with the previous people that I was with before, and it was always obvious. I had lovely flowing layers, then stupid me decided to cut my hair. I don't know. I mean, if you can see a difference, maybe, but not me. And at one point, I swear these were not level. I don't know.
Mom.
Yes.
And say like and subscribe too.
But I don't know. I'll try later when I get home to take my jacket off and give you a proper picture, because, yeah, I just wish that I could have videoed it so that people could tell me if I'm genuinely wrong. Again, I'm not a professional, the way she was cutting it, or if it's just that maybe she got fed up with my lack of appreciation, if that's the situation with her. I don't know. It was a last minute call, it was a last minute booking, so I give them credit for letting me in last minute, but I just felt like I was more of a burden. And not to mention, when I walked in, it was 11:10. My appointment was at 11:15, and she was still dealing with a previous client for like the next 15 minutes. So I didn't even get sat down till 11:30. Again, I don't know if that's my fault or if she just thought she'd be able to fit me in. I don't know. But I don't know. I really don't know. You're laughing at me.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I don't know, yeah. But I just thought, I was sat there just playing on my phone. I thought, I'm not going to say anything because, again, a hidden worry of mine is that she's going to hack my hair off for being cheeky. But yeah, I will, I'll post a picture, I guess, from online. They do nails as well from the looks of it. There's both male and female staff there, so I suppose that's nice if you want to be more comfortable with a male. You know, kids get their hair cut as well. I don't know. For me, the salon itself was maybe I'll give it a 3 out of 5. This wasn't me blasting them at all. It's just my experience. And I'm a new customer as well. So even without them knowing that I had a coupon, it just wasn't very welcoming for me. I wasn't expecting a red carpet, obviously. But like, there was no, how are you? Or, you know, I'll just be with you in a moment. Sorry about the wait, kind of thing. And it was quite loud in there because it was loud because of the hairdryers, but you're in a salon, so what else do you expect? You know, obviously. I don't know. It's just not the experience that I've had before, and it just wasn't something for me. Again, the hairdressers that I had before, there was just so much coziness there, and I was literally with them from being in college up to having my second child, so that was a long time. Obviously, that's like 9 years. No. 5-6 years, so I was really sad that they closed. But yeah, they just yeah, they weren't bad, they weren't great, they were just okay. My experience, maybe a 2.5 out of 5, just because of how awkward I felt. And the cut is just, I don't know, 2 out of 5 for me, because I look the same. I really feel like I look the same. It's just not what I was anticipating. Yeah, I'm just really not happy. I mean, yeah. The Groupon made me pay £12, so I guess this is what you get for £12. Hey ho. But still, you should be... I don't know. I'm going to stop talking because I'm just going to feel depressed. But yeah, so... like and subscribe, I guess. Comment down below if you think I'm just overreacting. Honestly, I might be overreacting. Like the video if you think I'm just crazy and you can see a difference. But I'll post a picture.